Hey everyone! Welcome back to Xaynew Stories, and this is Am I the Cheeks Wednesdays.
Story number 1. Am I the A for leaving because my sister-in-law hid my shoes to keep me from taking walks? A Storm Inside Teacups writes, sorry if there are any sentences that are missing words. This was over 5,000 characters when I first wrote it, so I had to edit it down. She is my sister-in-law, not my sister. My sister-in-law has 3 little ones, and her husband, my stepbrother, had to leave the country for work a few months ago. I offered to stay so I could help her out when needed, and she happily accepted. I live across town, so not that far. I asked if she wanted me to watch the kids while she got some exercise, and she scoffed and said she was too busy. But it must be nice to get some exercise, she mentioned. I was a little puzzled since I was offering to help, but the comments kept coming. She kept trying to poke holes, saying, but it's not really a mile every day, right? And what would you do if you broke your foot? Would you get anxious if you couldn't take a walk? Then, one morning, I couldn't find my shoes. My sister-in-law woke up an hour later. I was eating breakfast with the kids, and I asked her. She told me to go check the back door, and when I'd gotten back, she pointed at them by the door and said I must have missed them. I took my walk after telling her that her joke wasn't funny. She was annoyed when I got back and told me that she thinks that I need to see a therapist over my anxiety or obsession. I told her that I do have a therapist, and she said I clearly needed a new one because this one isn't helping. I asked her point blank why does it bother her so much if I want to take a walk. She said I was supposed to be there to help her with the kids and I'm disappearing for hours at a time. I told her that my walks take about 30 minutes and I'm doing it while they have downtime. I placed my shoes in the guest room with the rest of my things and they were gone the next morning. I just said screw it and packed my things and left. My sister-in-law called me when I was on my way home and said I was overreacting and being childish, and this is why I'm single and alone. I told her that I don't play these games and that I would still pick up the girls and stay until she got home from work, but that she's on her own for everything else. Am I the A? An update from OP. Edit. Okay, I did not expect to be told I'm not the A to this degree. I thought there would be a lot more arguments because it has something to do with taking care of kids. OP, I give you a 0 out of 10 cheeks. You already went down there to help them, but like the sister-in-law has a lot of unresolved issues being jealous of you. I give the sister an 8 out of 10 cheeks for how she acted on this one. Story number 2. Will I be the cheeks if I ask my daughter's preschool teacher not to put the extra clothes that I sent for her on other students? Struck writes, so my daughter started school last Wednesday and the teacher asked us to send pull-ups, wipes, and a change of clothes for her. I sent quite a few pull-ups and a brand new pack of wipes and an outfit as requested. Only the bottoms of her outfit came back, and I saw another student from her class wearing her shirt when I went to pick her up. Now, I don't mind if the teacher needs to use some of my daughter's pull-ups for the other kids, or even some of her wipes. I'll send extra of those things if needed because I understand what it's like to be a parent that can't provide for that. However, when it comes to her clothes, I'm not okay sharing. For starters, if they get sent home on a kid like the shirt did, then there's a chance that the school won't get it back, and clothes are really expensive and I can't afford to replace them just like that. It all pretty much boils down to the fact that my daughter doesn't really have that many clothes to begin with, so I can't really afford for them to get ruined or for them to not get sent back. So I'm just curious if it would make me the cheeks if I talk to her teacher the next day that she goes to school and tell her I'm not comfortable with using her clothes for other children. Personally, OP, I don't think you're gonna be the cheeks on this one. I understand your sentiments, OP, about sharing clothes because from a hygiene standpoint, it's not really sanitary. And while I understand the need for clothes because some parents can't provide, it shouldn't really be your burden to provide for that. Although, I'll give the teacher a 3 out of 10 cheeks. Because honestly, she could have at least done the decent thing and asked you about it. Story number 3. Am I wrong for telling my stepmom to sell the house my dad left her if she can't afford the repairs instead of giving her my inheritance money? My father passed away 8 months ago. It sucks, and the estate stuff had been a nightmare. Here is the breakdown. My dad left his paid-off house worth about $650K entirely to my stepmom, Linda. He left his life insurance policy $150K to me, 25M. That was the deal. She gets the asset, I get the cash start. Linda has always been bad with money. My dad handled everything, and last week the HVAC system in the house died. Apparently, it needs a full replacement and some ductwork. quoted at around 12k. She also claims the roof needs work soon. I feel sorry for her, so I intend to give her this thing I have at home so she would be better for a while. She called me over for dinner and basically presented me with an invoice. She expects me to pay for the repairs out of the insurance money. Her logic is that this was your father's house and you grew up here, so you should help preserve his legacy. I told her no. I said the house is 100% in her name now. If she sells it tomorrow, she keeps all the profit, I get nothing. So why would I invest 12k into an asset I have zero equity in? She started crying and said she's cash poor and can't afford the repairs on her fixed income. I told her, if you can't afford the maintenance on a 650k house, you need to sell it and downsize. She kicked me out. Now my step-siblings, which are her kids, are blowing up my phone saying I'm trying to make their mom hopeless and that I'm being a greedy person because I have liquid cash and she doesn't. I feel like I'm going crazy. She is sitting over $500,000 in equity. Am I wrong? OP, I'm so sorry for your loss, but you're not wrong. She owns the house, and really, she should be the one to maintain it. The correct thing to do here is actually split the house because this is to show respect to your father as well. In that way, you can choose to help out if it needs repairs. I give her and her family a 9 out of 10 cheeks OP for being entitled.
If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. This is Xaynew Stories, and I'll see you on the next one.